Hey, what's good, BT Gang? And we back with another banger, man. Thank y'all so much for tuning in once again. I'm BT, and welcome to BT Sense. And before we get started, as y'all know, my friends over at clonedecanted.ca are running, a little bit of a sale here. If you use my code BT Sense 10 at checkout, that's BT Sense 10 at checkout, and it's clonedecanted.ca. Everything's down in the description. They sell decants as low as $2 to $3, man. Let's stop blind buying these full bottles just so they can sit and collect dust. Trust me, I just got done moving. Had so many bottles that I never touched that I found, and I was like, man, I forgot I even had these. So don't end up like me and have all these bottles just collecting dust. Purchase decant, see if you like the DNA first. Go from there, man. So that's clonedecanted.ca. Use BT Sense 10 at checkout. As y'all can see, I am in the new crib, man. I'm still working things around. I haven't posted in a long time, bro. I'm not going nowhere. I've just been moving around. I'm here. I'm settled. This is probably going to be the best BT sense that y'all can get. I'm mentally clear. I'm mentally refreshed. So let's go ahead and attack it with the banger. Our first vid in the new crib. We're here to talk about Maison Alhambra's Cassius versus Parfums de Marley's Carlisle, y'all. This is the OG right here, Parfums de Marley Carlisle. I'm not really going to talk about the notes too much because we pretty much know what this is. This is like a rosy, spicy, saffron, vanillic, like tonka bean like smell. Very, very manly in my opinion. This is like a well put together man. I joke, y'all always make fun of me, but this is what it smells like. It just smells like a dude that's like about his business. He got a social security lined up. He's just ready for life, man. He's ready for whatever you throw at him, man. Honestly, he could probably spoil you. My ladies out there, he could probably spoil you. If you smell somebody wearing Carlisle, he can probably spoil you. That's what it is. So there's a couple alternatives to the OG Carlisle. I know Perlador has like a gold bottle. I heard it's really, really good. But I really wasn't feeling it because I didn't try it or anything. I was reading reviews and comparing it to Cassius, and they were saying that it was like really, really deep and dense. And I was like, man, I'm not really going for that. I feel like Cassius has that perfect blend of like it still has that richness and like the Carlisle does. I think Cassius does lean a little bit more mass appealing because it is a little bit sweeter originally, and it's not as heavy. It's lighter. It just has a more mass appealing feel, and the saffron pops a little more. But enough of that. We're talking about these two right here. So this is Parfums de Marley Carlisle. We're gonna spray this on the right hand because right stands for real. RR. That's one spray on you, Carlisle. Ooh, that smells so good. And then we're gonna go Cassius on the left, man. Both of these smell really good. We're gonna compare the openings. We're gonna see how this goes. So yeah, man. But yeah, all in all, man, I'm really, really happy with Cassius. One of my favorite fragrances right now. But let's check out the openings initially and let's see what we get from both. So this is Carlisle, the OG. Oh man, that's good. That's fantastic, man. I'm getting a lot of spice right now. Not much rose yet, but it's just like a spicy, almost a spicy dessert in a way. It is not a gourmand fragrance whatsoever, man. But it's just very, very spicy and manly and masculine right now. Let's see what Cassius has going on. So initially, y'all, Carlisle has that spice. Carlisle has the spice, man. Cassius is not popping with that spice, but it's there. It's there, but it's just not popping. Like I can actually close my eyes and visualize the spice in Carlisle, but Cassius, it's not as quite as poppy, but it's there. These both smell fantastic. Man. So let's go ahead and get in the longevity of both of these as these things start to get into the mid and the dry down. So performance on both, I would say I get 8 hours at least with both of them. They're beast mode borderline. They're borderline beast mode, so you don't have to worry about that at all whatsoever. I will say I think Carlisle projects a little bit more. Just like a tiny bit. Like if I had to put a score on it, I would say Carlisle projects like a 9 out of 10 or 9.5 out of 10. And I would say this projects like a 9, like 8.5, which is not bad at all. Like not bad whatsoever. I just think Carlisle projects a little bit more. But sometimes people don't want that. Like some people don't want to be abrasive, so they might go for the Cassius, especially when you consider the price when it's compared to Carlisle, which Carlisle was like upwards of $300, which is crazy. But I got Cassius for $300. Okay, now the spices are starting to fade, and we're starting to get into that nutmeg stage. A little bit of that sweet saffron. The spices are not as present as they were before. Let's see what this one is. Spices are fading. The sweetness is coming through. I'm assuming it's nutmeg. Yep. And one thing with this is too, I would say, what was I about to say? I just had a brain fart. Oh, Cassius. When it comes to Cassius, it's a lot. It's a lot more easier to pull off, in my opinion. Like I really, really want to like put an emphasis on that because I feel like Carlisle is. It's just. It's so it's there. Like you can't run away from Carlisle. It's heavy. It's spicy. It's a attention catcher. Not to say Cassius is not, but I just feel like for some reason I just get this more. I feel more comfortable wearing Cassius casually than Carlisle, and maybe that's because of the price tag. It's placebo in my head, but it's just like a general. Like for me, it's just I don't know. It's just something about Cassius that makes it more easy to pull off with a casual, a casual day thing. But I feel like Carlisle, man, this is dress up. You gotta dress Carlisle up, man. This thing is exquisite. It's almost like, in my opinion, I feel like you can't wear Tom Ford ombre leather with a casual fit. I feel like you gotta dress that up as well. But they smell just alike. At this point in the dry down, they smell like it's indistinguishable almost. I will say the quality is a bit higher on Carlisle, obviously, but it's like it's indistinguishable, y'all. After that initial spice in the opening, you get this like vanilla, like not quite tonka. I guess it is tonka and nutmeg type smell that it dries down to, and then you start getting into the rose, and these roses smell very, very similar. I can't even like honestly though. If I brought somebody in here and I was like, which one is the OG? Which one's is this the same fragrance? They probably would say it's the same fragrance, bro. Yeah, I can't lie. I can't. It's there. But yeah, like I was saying with performance, I would say both of them are 8 hours at least. And I would say this one is close, like a more moderate projector. The Cassius and the OG Carlisle is a huge projector. It's huge. But that's not to say this is weak because it's nowhere near weak. These smell just alike, man. And with this DNA, like I said before, this is like a fall winter DNA. I believe it leans formal, but you can definitely do what you want, do what you feel. Just a boss man scent, man. It's literally like what comes to mind is just boss man. And every time I wear like this DNA, I just like it even more than I liked it before. Like every single time. Like this is like a showstopper. And it's so different. It's so unique. Nobody has ever smelled anything like this, y'all. Like everybody's wearing freshies. Everybody's wearing vanilla. Everybody's wearing Baccarat DNAs. Everybody's wearing Dior Sauvage. Why I said why. Just all these fresh, mass appealing type things. Nobody's coming in there with a little bit of smoke, a little bit of spice, a little bit of saffron, mixed with some sweetness. Like nobody has all of these layers when it comes to perfumes. So this is definitely going to be different. One thing I will say, not that this does not change, but Carlisle, I feel like Carlisle has layers, and Carlisle definitely goes through the dry down and the top notes and all that. It's a layered fragrance. I do feel like, and this is to be expected, obviously, this is like a quarter of the price, maybe even less than that. This does not have like the different changes. Like this is more linear than I would say Carlisle is, which is not a bad thing because some people don't need all that to be analyzed and saying, ooh, now it's in the mid, now it's in the dry. This does not have the layers that Carlisle has. I don't know what happened to my voice just now. But that, some people don't care about that. Like me personally, it's nice. Like Carlisle's changes is very, very nice. Trust me, don't get me wrong. But if I'm paying $30 for something that smells similar, like all the way through, especially in the dry down, and has good performance, like I don't see there's much to complain about. So just keep that in mind. So like if you're a fragrance connoisseur, shout out to my man Charm. I gotta hit you back too, my guy. If you're a fragrance connoisseur, you probably will care about that. Like Carlisle is a beautiful, beautiful piece of art. It changes. It pops off the skin. The spices are rich. It's sweet, but it's still intoxicating and manly at the same time without being, too youthful. It's not youthful at all, in my opinion. But if you're a young guy, you can probably still wear it. I'm just saying, like, it doesn't smell like a young guy. But all in all, man, I gotta give Cassius the W. Like Carlisle was in a tier of its own. It's probably my second favorite Parfums de Marley DNA. But Cassius does such a good job at such a good price tag. And I was trying not to buy into the hype, man. My man, the Scent Bubble, was saying this is very, very good. And obviously I had some trust in them because I pulled the trigger and bought it, but I didn't think it would be this good. Like these, I didn't think it would be this good, man. Like, like when I did my first impressions in my review, I was very shocked because this is just it's almost 101, y'all. It's almost 101. Almost. I won't say it's quite 101. Like Dior Sauvage Elixir from Alexandria, that's 1-1. This though, this is it's almost there to the point where I don't think you need to spend all that extra money on Carlisle, especially if it's your signature scent, man. I think you definitely should give Cassius a try. I've been putting a lot of people on as everybody's been putting me on to this, man. A lot of people have been watching my vids. A lot of people have been commenting, saying that they've been loving this stuff. So take for that what you will. If you like Carlisle, go smell it at a Saks or any of your department stores, Dillard's, anywhere that holds Parfums de Marley. If you like that DNA, you don't like the price tag, I highly, highly suggest y'all to cop this one from Maison Alhambra called Cassius. I was very, very like weary because y'all know, man. I feel like Lattafa and Maison Alhambra, man, like they've been hit or miss lately. I'm gonna be real with y'all. They've been hit or miss lately, but with this one, this was a hit. I'm not sure about their other interpretations. I know they got a Leighton one. I think it's called I forgot what it's called. I don't know. I know they got a Leighton one. They got a Cologne one. They got a whole bunch. They got a Harrod one that looks just like this, but obviously it's a different color bottle and stuff to match the presentation of Leighton. But yeah, man, I gotta get a W to Cassius because Carlisle is just way too expensive, especially when you can get this for like $30 and be about 90-95% there. You know, so that's my take on this war right here, man. I get a W to Cassius. Been wearing this stuff like crazy, man. So in the night scene, date scene, I don't think you can go wrong with this, my guy. I really don't. Be wary of the sprays though, because this stuff is strong, y'all. You don't want to kill your date, your partner, but if they smell this on you, it's wraps, bro. But yeah, man, I appreciate y'all coming through, man. I got more vids coming through. I'm so sorry for my slight absence. It will not happen again, man. Moving is always a lot harder than you think it's gonna be, and it was way. Even when I finished, bro, I was like, oh man. But I'm here now. We're here now. We're in a place of peace, and let's make it great, man. I love y'all. Stay blessed. Peace.